practice. Fine. Very good luck, appreciate it. We're gonna have to go segment by segment again. World's sketchiest Touhou. I hate that spell so unbelievably much. I hate the entirety of the Yugi fight. Hello, 11. Hope you're doing well. Yes. Today is the day of what? I'm not doing any runs right now. Sometimes this section is a lot friendlier than others. This stage sucks so much. Ah, come on. 15 minutes and not a single perfect Yugi. Ooh, cheap viewers. Which is like likely ban of Vader. So I had restricted chat. I'm like, why don't you just block it by default? Benny Vader, dude. That's Darth Vader's cousin. Oop. Count made literally 1 day ago. You think instead of like being like, hey, this is likely ban Vader, Twitch would be like, hey, this is a problematic account, and just auto block it or something. Clearly knows it's suspicious. Yeah, imagine if she just shot that attack the other direction. How much harder it'd be. Like, if she just flipped the spell around. Imagine if she swapped the top and bottom half of this spell. She'd be the hardest boss in the game. Look how fast those bubbles on the top go. Oh my gosh, 2 in a row? We're so back. It's so funny doing that, this attack, where you just, like, go where the bullets are gonna go, and then you just stop them. Yugi spawning bullets on top of you? Just say no. She legally cannot spawn bullets on you without your consent. Son of a bitch. I said beach. You ever go to the beach? I'm not much of a beach person myself. Sorry, should I use the other B word? Son of a baka. They'll beat you a 500-kilometer radius from you. Like 500 is a large radius. Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of beaches myself. I can do conversion. But my point wasn't exactly how long that was. My point was, that's a long radius. I live on the coast of Lake Superior. I can drive 5 minutes from my house to get to the beach. But, don't particularly like it. If I'm going to go into body water, I'd rather just go in a pool. Personally. For a metric... No, I'm not a metric user. Don't get me wrong. I'll use the Imperial system, because it's what I know best. But I at least have knowledge of, like I said, Celsius and the metric system. Like, I have some knowledge of it. I'm not going to pretend to be affluent with it. But in school, I was pretty book smart. I was able to pick up on a number of things. I wasn't very people smart, but... I was always a math... statistics, really. Big statistics nerd. That was... ugh, gross. I've always been able to pick up on things. Not too much of a wordsmith, although I'm solid at grammar. And I'm a bit of a grammar police myself. Solely because my mom was a big grammar person, and I've learned from her. Do you like that sexy move? Ooh. On the fraud. R-O-N. Damn it. Hey, I've never been necessarily the speller 101. Although I don't consider myself too bad at it. Unconscious real thing. I mean, there's the spelling bee. That's like a fairly well-known thing. I wouldn't say it's a big thing, although, again, I never went to public school, so I don't actually know broadly. So I'm only knowledgeable about the more or less famous spelling bee, but that's about it. I don't think there's anything you find like that amongst adults. I'm pretty sure it's all a elementary into like high school level thing. Eek. I've heard of schools like, because schools will oftentimes have like a local event or something. Like, I've heard of schools doing a spelling bee or something, like a local one, but I'm not too knowledgeable about it myself. I never really competed with kids my age in academics. The only time I ever did any major academic thing in person was when I took the ACT. Which, for those non-Americans, it's just like a... It's kind of a post-high school, pre-college level, like, test thing. And, I was better than the rest of my family, who was all above average. I don't know what a PISA study is, but maybe. It's an important thing because, they're used for college, for getting into colleges and stuff. Like, colleges will look at usually your ACT, or SAT. ACT, SAT. There's two different tests, although I believe the ACT has become more the commonplace. And, that's how you can get into bigger schools and get better scholarships and such. The ranking goes up to 36, so if you got 36, it's a perfect. I think there's 4 different categories. It's like English, reading, math, and science. Although the science felt more like statistics to me. I literally got a perfect in science. I got like a 31 in math, which is really good. And like a 26 and 26 in the others. Alright, English and reading. Same subject. I mean, you don't have to tell that to me. I feel like they're both similar, but they end up being, you know, sort of different, I guess. Although, to me, they felt very similar. But science and math, boom, baby. I was goated at that. I'm sure. I don't know what language lessons look like with, you know... Because the only alternate language class I took for at least a semester at one point was French. And I've known English, of course, my entire life. So I don't know what English looks like when you're not raised into it as like a primary language. But I'm sure it's probably... Oops, that was... It's probably similar to learning most languages. I mean, there's some variation depending on the language, like some languages carry over better to others. But... You know, German, English, French, and sign language. I say in the US, most places, if you know an alternate language, it's usually Spanish. It's not always, but it usually is, I feel. I know some schools and stuff require you to have a second language, or at least heavily encourage you to take an alternate language, and most people, I believe, take Spanish usually. After all, it tends to be the most relevant. Because you're crushed took French. Listen, sometimes you gotta play the tactical game. I don't know, I always liked math and kind of hated every other subject. One of the things I always liked about math is just the fact that, like, it had a definite answer, right? Oh, how do you solve this equation? Boom, there's an answer. And you have to figure out to find the answer. I don't like, oh, write what you think, or write this thing. It's like, I don't like, just give me a concrete answer. That's what I always liked. My older sister hated math, despised it. But some of the stuff she loved, I just despised. When divided by 0. Listen, I get the reason why it's not, but if anyone ever is like, oh, what's 1 divided by 0? I always just say 0. It's easier to comprehend it. But it's not, but actually, who cares? It's weird how much human temperament could be different, because, like, me and my siblings, we were my younger sister went to public school for her last 2 high school years, but otherwise, all of us were homeschooled the entire time. And it's so interesting to see, because we all took everything about the exact same, and how, like, different all of our tastes and stuff became. It's just weird how, like, different people's perceptions on that are, even if they're taught in, like, the exact same way. We are here sucking bullets and sucking life pieces. That dude was really far over there. I don't like that. Yeah, at some point, what I should slowly start working on is looking through Puppet Dance and just, like, marking down all the teams, marking down all the information. I was talking about JRPGs and stuff the other day in Discord, and I mentioned the Puppet Dance Hardcore Nuzlocke and stuff, but I talked about a Labby 1 Nuzlocke. Just talking about that makes me kind of want to do it. Even as cursed as the AI is, right? That's like yeah, I know that. To be honest, I'm less concerned about the death element than I am about the 1 in 8 chance an enemy uses Bash against Patchy and then just explodes her. No, I mean, I'll argue this for sure. It's like, as nonsensical as the as my current perception of the Puppet Dance AI is, it's like, that hardcore Nuzlocke would be way, way easier than a Labby Nuzlocke. Like, a Lab 1 Nuzlocke is more of an endurance test to see how far you can get, not if you can beat the game. Like, to follow limit caps, like, I'm sure you could probably really, like, get down to the nitty and really optimize a good Labby 1 Nuzlocke type of thing, but that sounds rough. I feel like if you're playing Labby 2, and doing that, you're realistically putting a caveat on that Tenchi fight. Unless you can find somehow a consistent way around it without drastically over-leveling. I don't know if that's a possibility. Maybe there's some Giga Cheese you could try to set up for it. I don't know, though. But I feel like that's, like, the one part of the game where you'd be like, caveat, that doesn't count. A Labby Nuzlocke would be funny if you could somehow just do the bosses. The problem is, floor exploration would be so miserable. I feel. Okay, maybe not quite the worst, because you can run from things, guaranteed. As long as you outspeed, of course. So that sounds a little more interesting, just because, like, one thing with Labyrinth is just sometimes you just get in that group of enemies, it's like, oops, and then you just get exploded. But being able to guarantee run sure helps that. Keep up with that speed. It's just a skill issue. It's a little bit of luck. And a lot of patience. It's just a lot of, like, honing yourself to figure out what you need to pay attention to. Alright, like, just sit here. Knowing what you're looking for. And I'm not going to pretend it perfect, but... They're saying Speed Demon? What do you mean by Speed Demon? No character in Labyrinth 1 has the ability to guarantee outspeed everything. Generally speaking, Chen will always outspeed everything, broadly speaking, but... Yeah, Yomu having that focus 2 times is basically the only, like, real passive. Aya has more speed than Chen, but Chen tends to be faster because she levels more, right? She levels notably faster, so... I also use Chen way more than Aya in Lab 1, so... She also just naturally became really high leveled, but... Chen bucks. That's true. She does suffer a little bit because of row-based attacks in their formula, but... I love Chen against non... Like, if an opponent has, like, a high defense stat, I don't like Chen. But bosses with middle to low defenses, I like to try to use Chen. Like, that's what made me use Chen a lot in Lab 2. Was just how much fun I had trying to use Chen in Lab 1. It's one of the reasons I use Mystia late game in Lab 2, is how much I love Mystia late game in Lab 1. Probably my most used late game character. Yeah, Himentoko delay is 99%. It leaves you with 1%. She is definitely worse in Labyrinth 1, though. As someone who has gotten all the way to the floor 30 boss, I can confirm that. She still can be good, though. That's another reason why I use Rumia in Labyrinth 2. Because I love trying to make Rumia work in Lab 1. Her, she inflicts silence on herself, but maxes out her own defenses. Yeah. What's your grind and lead? I believe so. Here's the difference. Here's one of the difference in the grinds. The post floor 20 grind was longer. I feel. I think. After you beat the floor 20 like main story boss. To get from that to where you're going through 21 plus is a big step. But then throughout that time, I feel like it's a little bit less. Even right before Winter, I feel like it's a bit less of a grind. Now, of course, the way the levels scale is differently, but, like, considering that for fighting Winter, you're like, what, mid-5 to 600s? I'm not trying to hit level 2000 to fight the Ultra Dragon God. The post floor 29 grind to some of the floor 30 stuff though was pretty long, I will say that. But at the very least it didn't feel as long as the grind to try to get to the full power Dragon God. Especially because Renosuke's drop on floor 30. Floor 30 is just filled with rematches of all the bosses. As the common enemies. And the Renosuke rematch is really, really, really good because if you stumble upon him, not only does he have arguably the best item drop in the game, but that fight is broken actually. He just dies so quickly because it's bugged. I know it's really difficult to say exactly why the version 3 rematch of Renosuke is broken, because the first version works fine. It works as intended. Yeah, well, that 11 is just because 3Peso is the greatest coder of all time, right? As Damikos knows, as he tried to get into the code for the game at times, there's nobody on Earth that is a better coder than him. The problem that happens in the Renosuke fight is really weird, because without going into the detail, like, all the details of his fight, like, the way it's supposed to work is he just, like, alternates phases as he, like, as you deal enough HP to each of them. He keeps swapping from phase to phase to phase until he gets to the last one, where you kill him. But the way the game gets about this, the first time you fight him, is they give him, like, 100 million HP or something. I forget the exact number. But he has, like, an absurd amount of HP, and the game just tracks how much damage you dealt to him, and once he gets down to a certain threshold, he'll change form then. So it's impossible to, like, overkill him and, like, accidentally drain his entire HP. And then when he gets his final form, his HP is actually as it should be. The thing that becomes weird with the third version fight is, like, phase 1, like, is the way it's supposed to be. But, like, kind of randomly, as in, like, phase 2 or 3, he just starts, like, going from form to form really quickly, and you can just overkill it. I don't know why it works like this. It's broken. Just death him. He is completely immune to poison, paralysis, death, and all debuffs. It is a pure, straight-up brawl. There is no cheesing him with statuses. All of his forms, except his first and his last form, have a weakness and a resistance, but otherwise, it's just a pure, honest brawl. You can buff yourself. You better be prepared for ailments, because some of his forms, he likes to spam some paralysis, I tell you. But he himself is immune to everything. It's my favorite fight in the game, though. At least the first version, of course. I'd say the thing about Lab 1, with like level scaling and stuff, is the base game, I feel, scales pretty well. As long as you're maintaining level, I feel like the game is pretty simple until you get to, like, the game kind of plays fine, and then you get to floor 12. And you get the Iente trio fight, and then it's like, oh, you have to really strategize and plan out these bosses, because otherwise, Aaron or Kagyo will just fuck you up. Oops, you didn't prepare properly? Well, here's a extraordinarily powerful spirit attack that completely ignores all mind stat. Good luck. Whoops, you tried to inflict too many debuffs on the enemy without thinking properly? Guess what? Kaguya just cleansed all the debuffs and inflicted massive buffs. I'd be really careful in the Renosuke fight, because he gets access to the frickin' attack. The something fist or whatever, where he, it's the attack that just pierces defense completely. And my first attempt, he actually just one-shot Tenchi with it. I was like, I should be careful. So unfortunately, Tenchi does not have the HP stat to sit there and so defense-piercing hits. Although once I got Tenchi, she was like my secondary tank until the very end game, where I stopped having 2 dedicated tanks. And just kind of made Yukari and Reimu my alternate secondaries. Hanako, today I will give nuclear powers to a bird. Was John so OP? That's a good question. I mean, look at her. Did you see that sprite? Like, to be fair, you could also ask that question for a lot of Touhou characters. I talk my beloved as well. Don't tell Game Glitcher. I stopped moving. My finger slipped off the left button. The best part of the catwalk grind is you get to listen to this music. See some long-ass kills I'm getting. Mod this game, but just give every attack twice the HP. There's some long-ass kills on. I mean, a cap is a cap, regardless of how long it is, but... hesitated between going left or right around that line. The thing I've learned is that sometimes you just gotta, like, see a difficult line and then just say you go for it while you figure out the next line and say that, you know, sometimes you won't make it, but it's how you start making difficult dodges. You just gotta see the line and be like, I don't know if it's gonna work, but, you know, just let it rip. Much up. Oh. Terrible DPS. This 20.4 is a pretty good kill. Let's say 20.15 is like optimal. Anywhere from 20.1, anything below that. Down. Anything from like 20.15 to like 20.4 is probably like pretty good. 20.4 to like 20.7 is like just fine, solid. Everything below that's kind of slow. .7 to like 21 is like eh, and everything below that is definitely quite slow. Anything over 21 seconds is very suboptimal. But I mean, I'm just talking about kill time. When you look at the angle of the first attack, when the angle sits at 72 degrees east, you're gonna want to move your position at a left to down arcing exponential angle of 2% increasing distance per second, or per quarter second. But then when the radius of the third angle, when the hypotenuse of triangle B is less than the square root of angle X, you're going to want to dodge like this. knew those bullets were coming for me. Slow. Really weird, because sometimes I can, like, really tell when it's about to be slow or not, but... sometimes I'm like, ooh, I'm on a decent pace, and then it's actually just slow. Still, you have to figure out exactly what usually causes some of the, difference. Do I need a hug? Eh. I'm not much of a hugger. I'm also, like, slightly under the weather, so it's probably not a good idea to hug me either. Bad last wave there. I don't need a hug, I just need to shoot magical anime girls. Or... running around and Chen hugs for 50 euros. I didn't say inside, I'm just shooting them. I'm kind of surprised you or somebody else didn't immediately go, Touhou isn't actually anime. So when I say I'm shooting anime girls. Real Japanese demons living in a parallel world. They're real to me! I've never related so much with Starkiller. Peripherals! Learning to read things in your peripherals is not easy. Too frantic. You know what Suika B or Reimu B does do better than Reimu A? Bullet visibility. Reimu B has slightly better bullet visibility than Reimu A. What is my current cap rate on the day up to? I don't even know. Too frantic. Almost had that worked around. I think I started at like 1547 or some shit. But to be honest, I don't know for sure. I've just kind of been idly doing this. Okay, saying that's a little disingenuous. I've been focusing on doing this, that I haven't been paying too much attention to outside cap rate. Specifics. Wow, what a generous wave there. Ooh, should have that. Should, woulda, coulda, didn't. Damn, I think about cap rate and then I immediately start dying. That always happens. Unbelievable. I think it's more fatigue. Get my 300th cap and then move on. Hey, 300 cats walks now. Take a brief second. By second, I mean probably minute. We'll rest my eyes and check something. Is the ghost looking like that? That's a good question. Well, that's 26 caps. I started at 274. That was 26 in... $15.77. 33 minus 1577. 56 caps. Wait, 56 attempts? Wait, 26 divided by 56? That's a 46% cap rate? Holy moly. I'm gonna put this, psoriasis stuff in my leg real quick. Might be this. Explain to how, like, my psoriasis issues are only on one leg. It's like on multiple different spots on that leg, but, like, the other leg has had like, one spot once, and it's not an issue anymore. Stage try for fun? I don't know. I'm just not interested in it. What's that ghost looking like? He more looks concerned that he's about to die. Because, like, look at Reimu's face here. Like, Reimu looks like she's about to kill. And that ghost is like, well, I'm about to die, aren't I? Like, that's a face where he was like, he went to... He's looking smug? He's not looking smug. He's looking worried. He's like... It's like he went to go have tea, and then Reimu showed up. He's like, oh, I'm about to die. Bro's walking all over cats today. I don't think that's what he's thinking. I could be wrong. I'm not Satori. I'm not a mind reader. I can't read his mind, but... You know what I love? And by love, I mean I don't love. The fact that every single Saturday for the past, like, month, 2 months, a month at this point, it snows. It's like it doesn't snow like any other day of the week. But every fucking Saturday it snows. And the reason why that's a problem is it's like the one day of the week, or one of the 2 days in the week, where, like, I drive to my buddy's house, because that's, like, 25 minutes from here. And my car is not particularly built for the snow. My car doesn't have four-wheel drive. And it sucks to drive in the snow. And it's like every other frickin' day of the week, it's perfectly fine. But then every Saturday, it snows. Firing guns at beer cans? No, that's like what you do when you're like 5. At our old camp, we used to use BB guns. Okay, maybe not 5. That's an exaggeration. We have to go out to camp and have our grandpa and great uncle's old BB guns and shoot at beer cans and pop/soda cans. It's been a long time since that happened. Eventually, my great uncle Ray passed away. We ended up selling the camp. It wasn't mine directly. It was like after that, I passed my great aunt, and then she ended up selling it, and it was very fortunate because literally like 2 years after she sold it, it got struck by lightning and burned down. Be a real mentally shot deer. My two closest friends both hunt every deer season stuff. I've never hunted. None of my family's ever done it. Well, okay, that's not true. My dad might have back in the day, but I don't hunt because I'm some, like, animal purist or something. I just don't hunt because I don't find it enjoyable. Or it doesn't sound fun. Go sit in a cold deer blind for fucking 8 hours. Bored out of your mind. While you wait for a deer to maybe walk by. To be fair, most people I feel like do it because it's an excuse to go hang with their buddies for a weekend. Go hunting and then drink beer for like 6 hours at night, and I'll get drunk. Shrine made hunt yokai. What a great idea. Pretend that they're the deer animal spirits. Yeah, I'm gonna make one lewd joke for the day. Isn't it funny how Parsi kind of sounds like pussy? I deserve that one. I don't know if I've ever deserved to die more than that one. I also nowadays work in a warehouse though too, so like hunting, it's like I already work in cold. I don't want to go hunting in the cold. No, I'm not working. Except the parse sex. No, that wouldn't work though. Come on, you gotta think about this better. Come on, you gotta understand how that type of degenerate humor formed, okay? I have a friend of mine that used to make Sonic YTPs. He used to be big in YTP culture, so I'm more than knowledgeable how you make the world's dumbest humor. Content TV's top tier? I mean, I know that there's a lot of effort put into it. I've never got into it yet. Probably because I end up restarting my save file. And she has not been my top priority since then. But I will certainly get to see some of it at some point. But Vinum certainly put his work in with that dialogue, I'll say that. Well, granting foraging is easy. Because, like, foraging is, like, really useful. My music is at, like, C, and I just got my cooking up to B. Granted, cooking's annoying, but I was kind of doing it off and on. I got up to C, and that's kind of good enough. Or B, because now you can cook desserts. And I don't need to grind it up even more. It'll get there eventually. It's really annoying when characters have requests where they're like, give me a dish based on these vague ingredients, or vague traits. And you're like, oh, great. You have to sit there for 5 minutes of the dish list being like, what matches the best? Likes for June all day? I don't have to do that to get her favor, just because she naturally, like, being in the SDM, she naturally has a lot of events to, or a lot of requests to play. It's a real easy way to just get her friendship up, whether or not you actively put effort into it. Same as Diasix, she always asks for ice cream. And then there's Waggy, who forces you to pay her money every time you fish. Do not avoid the SDM. No, I always keep my home at the SDM. First time I played on my, like, over 1,000-day thing, I was at the SDM and I never moved. And the current one I'm on like 180 something days, I think. Something like that. And I'm at the SDM as well. Where do they house you? Well, there's a vacant room you get at some point. Somewhere in the SDM, I forget that one. And she'll sleep in the storage room. There's like a vacant room somewhere that I don't use anymore because you can have one character move into the SDM, and obviously I chose Ron, and I already have her at Lover, so that's easy. I'm struggling on Parsi. I should focus on Parsi. Comfy dating simulator, yeah. I should treat the game like I do Harvest Moon as a comfy dating simulator. No need for the extreme. I'm not sitting there playing Pop's version. Get the tennis event. Isn't that just toggleable off? Like, everyone bitches about it. Can't you just toggle it off? That game's fun to play chilling casually, but I rarely have time throughout a week to touch it much. I never got invited to her banquets. When I first I did. When I first played the game, she was actually one of the first people I got up to love status with. I don't know why. I think she just showed up a bunch. And back at that point, I was just like, oh, you know what? I was like, who am I going to aim for? And then I had, like, decent favor with her, so I was like, screw it. I guess we'll go for her. Also, her weather manipulation was a valuable asset. I haven't gotten her yet this run, but I also haven't gotten many people. Diagnosis, to be honest, I don't even know. I don't even remember what that does off the top of my head. Pray at the shrine, or you just pay in your room, or pray in your room. I love being able to suck in all the items. Okay, don't do what you just did, thank you. Fight a cave, fight or nest. Have a good one, 11. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, this time we don't throw to Parsi. Okay, parse. Nice. Don't drop like a rock. Always stressful, but I do like that part. Probably the one part of the stage that I actually really like. That was a throw. Played around it at least. Nice. Nice. Very good. Very good. Nice. I gotta pee. Almost choked there. Hey, girly girl. Yeah. Damn it. Ah, shame. Okay. Greedy there. Bad death. It's probably gonna lead to a double. Yep. Is that just a dead run? No, okay. Just barely enough. Messed that one up. one, not the one I did. I will eventually live it. The bad RNG, but... Panic. Okay, let's see if we can get one more decent pace going. Let's just take what we got and leave it. It's bad Parsees yesterday and today, but otherwise it was a good day. Nope, that is not the game.